purse. Give me back my purse.
What's up, everybody?
Maybe I should have finished college to be a better son of my father. Maybe I should have been a doctor, a lawyer, let my villains be my authors. Life is fiction, I get pissed with my sins. And then I write my own novels. Maybe I'm free, open to the universal lotto. Abundance of weight, maybe these hallucinations are just elusive, unhallucinated hearts they never follow. I'm on empath, intuitive over logical. Look me in my eyes if you want to feel my chronicles. Maybe what I feel is hard to describe. I hate the feeling of knowing that you lie. Emotions of a Jedi.
What's up, y'all? Over here sharing it. We got a good show for you guys tonight, so I'm gonna give everybody some time to tune in. I've been listening to The Sketches of Healing by Brandon Isaac, my homeboy. He just dropped a nice little album, so I'm playing that, listening to that. Alright. Share this in some groups to let everybody know where we at, y'all.
Maybe I'm 99, measured by the moments where I died, came back to rise, and 44 all the tears that I cried, pain that I felt, prayers that I prayed, blessings I received, gifts that I gave, and souls that I saved, and souls that saved me.
Yo, I really, if you know artists that got some good vibe music, like, I will play it on these intros before these conversations and give you shout outs on my live. So please share and let me know that information. People give me music anyways to play, so I am going to be playing different kinds of music and stuff. And I'm just sharing this in a few more places. This video will be on YouTube tomorrow. So I don't know, like, just in case Facebook takes it down or something happens, I'm gonna make sure this conversation is on YouTube tomorrow. But I'm super excited because we got a good show tonight. I'm bringing on Aquarius Maximus. I'm super excited. This is very powerful and does a lot of amazing things. So I can't wait to bring her on so we can have our discussion and really talk about some of the amazing things that she has going on and that she is doing. But how is everybody doing? It has been, I don't want to say a crazy week. We are in an interesting time. We are in an interesting time right now. So I just want to know how everybody is doing. Please, hey. Since the link that I sent you, I'm about to resend it to you in your inbox. Click that, and that's going to bring you on this stream. And I'm about to resend it to you again. I am so sorry that they closed down the nail salons because my nails need all kinds of help. Like, that's one thing I love to do. And my nails are jacked up. Like, I've been struggling all day to get these off, but I'm probably going to have to call somebody to come over here. I got to do something about these things. All right. Okay, I just resent you the link. You should be able to click onto that, and it's going to bring you on here so we can share the screen together and get into our conversation. Y'all, but how y'all doing tonight? Please share this video, share it into your groups, tag people to it, because we got some good conversations, because it's a lot of things happening right now in our world, and I feel like there's a lot of confusion, a lot of people, it's a lot of information going on, and it's kind of like you don't know what's about to happen next. Because like I just can't even explain how deep a lot of things have been. So let me share this in one more place. I'm excited to talk about this particular topic today because one thing that a lot of us have been worried or thinking about is currency, money, jobs, all this kind of stuff. So with that being said, it's kind of like, what's about to go down? Do we need to be buying stock right now? Do we need to be doing this? Do we need to be doing that? So I'm excited to have this conversation tonight. And I'm just sending this, I'm sending this to everybody in my inbox. So if you send me messages, I'm sending you these videos. I'm going to just keep doing that because this information that we're talking about and we're giving out is mandatory, it's powerful, and it's going to help some people. If you don't like it, then it's just not for you. But for the most part, a lot of us need direction. And I'm just super excited that so many of us, as you know, so many powerful sisters out there. Y'all just don't know how many powerful queens are out here right now doing this amazing work. It's kings out there too, but really, you know, the women really need to rise. This feminine energy. It's time to rise. It's time for us to not be afraid. It's time for us to be able to talk and have our voices heard and to share our knowledge and wisdom with the world because it's so needed right now. So, you know, understand and know that I will be bringing some powerful sisters on these streams to have these conversations with me because this stuff is important. If you don't like it, if you think this is just some crazy talk, if you think that, you know, oh, this is just too serious, then you can exit the room right now. But for the most part, we here for change, and there's a bunch of change going on. So we're waiting for Aquarius Maximus to join us because we're going to get into this conversation. We're going to be talking about social media manipulation and global currency because that's the big thing right now. Hold on, let me turn this down. I got some comments. Hey, what's up, y'all? All right. I'm about to call her to make sure everything is good because we've been inboxing back and forth. And I actually interviewed her before. And it's just really deep. Like, I don't even want to talk about her introduces till she gets on here. So, and then tomorrow, me and Quatita Dean will be back on live tomorrow night. We got, trying to allow permissions. Okay. Okay, cool. It's working. She's working on it, so we're gonna take our time. But I'm super excited because, you know, me and Quatita Dean, we're gonna be back live tomorrow. I'm gonna share that post. I'm gonna share that flyer with y'all probably in the morning or after we do this conversation. We'll be back on tomorrow. We're gonna be having, oh my gosh, the stuff we about to bring to y'all is about to be off the chain. That's gonna be on YouTube because I can't put that on Facebook because Facebook be acting funny. They be shutting my stuff down depending on some of the things that I talk about. Because, you know, I guess I influence people. So I got to share that on Facebook. So make sure y'all download the Natural Woman Magazine app. Sign up on our website so you can just have that information. Go to our YouTube channel and like it. All right. So you can get that notification when we go live. And then on Sunday, y'all, we are doing a global meditation. This Sunday. This is something super important. And I know a lot of people have been doing global meditations and are planning things, and that's quite okay. And we need more of these things to happen. We need more people meditating, more people working on actively raising the vibration to the planet. So we're going to do an online global meditation focusing on healing and protection. I think I put healing and peace down there. We're supposed to really be healing and protection during this time. And hopefully we can do more. So, you know, share that information. We're going to be doing that live on Facebook Sunday, March 22nd at 11 a.m. We're actually going to be we're going to be live before the meditation. So you guys will know and everybody have a head start to get prepared, and make sure if you follow the Natural Woman Magazine page and look under events, you will see the e-bite for this. And then if you like that page, you will I share information and a lot of good tips to help get you prepared for the meditation. Again, also make sure you have downloaded the Natural Woman Magazine app, visited our website, and supported the business. If you need any type of spiritual tools from sage, Florida water, incense. As a matter of fact, I'm about to light my patchouli. Tonight is like a patchouli and sage kind of night. So I'm about to light that. And I'm trying to see if Aquarius is on already. Is it working? Texting her, y'all. So I'm super excited. So, like, people leave in the comments, how y'all been feeling? What have y'all been going through right now? Is life treating you well? What are some of the things you are working on? What are some of the things that you are thinking right now or feeling? Things you have been researching. The permission pops up, isn't working on my phone. You may need a computer. Do you have a laptop? All right. Yeah, because I don't know if it will work on a phone. I'm not sure if it works on a cell phone. Yeah, we'll see. So we're getting her on here. So yes, patchouli kind of night, y'all. We're gonna get the vibes feeling right. Because it's a lot of information, y'all. I have been getting a lot of downloads. It's been a lot of information beaming on this planet. And especially now, it's a lot of information being out. And I don't know, I'm feeling excited more so than feeling fearful about what's about to happen, because I just feel like we're on a verge of a new reset. Like everything happening the way it's happening, the time that it is happening. It feels, I'm excited. Like I'm excited because this time has been talking. The camera's great. I usually use my phone. 1 sec. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. So she's coming on. Yeah, I don't know if it works from my phone. I've never tried to use StreamYard on a phone to see how that streams there. And StreamYard does not have an app, so you need a computer for that because it's kind of set up like a little studio. So we're waiting for Aquarius Maximus to come on. But I have been very excited about what's to come. I can't say I'm not like all the way not afraid, but it's like fear. Like I'm not on that vibration of fear at all at this point, because it just, fear right now don't feel right. I feel so empowered because I'm excited because there's so many of us that are awoke to a certain extent. It's a lot of people that are being open. And some people that are not, like some people that ain't with none of the shits that we on right now, but it's a lot of people that are. Okay, I think we got it together. Can you hear me? I can see you, but I can't hear you yet. So I'm super excited, y'all. That's why we about to, get this meditation. We detoxing, we cleansing, we getting it together. We at home, we getting our kids together, we exercising. Okay.
Can you hear me?
On here. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, I can't hear you here.
Okay,
hold on. I don't know why it isn't. Okay, say something now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was like, oh God. Oh Lord.
Like it is not Mercury in retrograde right now.
Well, we're still in the shadow, so I think I've been having problems all week, various technology problems. So yeah.
Okay. So everybody, a lot of people should already know who this queen is if you follow me, because we kind of all like be on the same vibe. Like pretty everybody I have on my live streams, we kind of all in the the same vibe. So this is Aquarius Maximus. That's what she goes by on social media. And I was attracted to her because of her cardology readings, y'all. Her readings are so on point. You just don't know how on point they be. And sometimes they really help me understand things that are happening in the world as well as myself. And so that's how I connected. And then I think a few years back we did a Facebook interview.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I got to learn that you not only do the reading and the spiritual part, but you are a techie for real. I'm
a geek. Yeah.
Your sister is cold, y'all. Like I've been like, she has the guap coin. She travels all over the world talking about global, I guess, the new currencies, and she does some amazing things. And one of the things that we're going to talk about tonight that she has coming up is her own social media platform, which kind of inspired us having this conversation. So I'm just super excited to share what she got going on with everybody. So just tell us a little bit who you are for people who don't know, and we can get deep into this conversation tonight.
Well, my government name is Tavana Evans. A lot of people don't know that Tavana Evans is Aquarius Maximus. Okay. So I'm pretty sure some people are kind of surprised too, because I posted this on LinkedIn. So they're like, what? What's going on? But you know, when you're a Black woman in America, you gotta be like a lot of different things. So yes, we got like 3, 4, 5 alter egos going on. But my name is Tavana Evans. I have been in technology for as long as I know, and in spirituality for pretty much as long as I know. I am a cardologer as well, as now pretty much data scientist and engineer and mom and, founder and a lot of different things. But in terms of cardologer, I kind of view cardology as data science. And now that I do both, I see that they are like, there's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
So there is really, to me, there's really no difference between the things that I'm doing, but to other people, they may find it a little odd, a little weird. Oh, she's an astrologer, cardologer, what the heck? And you know what I mean?
Right.
She's a woo-woo. So I tell people, in Guapcoin and other places, well, beware, I do have a woo-woo side that's very strong. And if it were not for the woo-woo side, I wouldn't be here. So,
spirituality and technology and all the stuff that go hands in hand, science and spirituality, it makes so much sense. So
it does. And it's funny how to other people it doesn't make sense. But I'm just like, it's so weird because I mean, the two of them are the same thing to me. Right. So, but and I'm also just a diehard decoder. I like to decode life and all of the different mysteries that, and even more so, I want to help people. I think I want to help people more than I want to be rich, but part of me does want to be rich too. Don't get me wrong, but I want to, the part of me that likes to help people, sometimes I'm plugging in my laptop, sometimes wins out over the part of me that wants to be rich. And I don't know how happy my ancestors are about that sometimes, but I do love helping people. I love being able to help people. I love people just popping up and asking, and things problems that I can solve, because I love to solve problems.
Right.
So yeah.
My ancestors get on me too lately about like they really do be getting
focus
on
the bag.
Yeah, like wait, hold up, you're doing too much.
I know when my spirits and guides want me to focus on money, because all of a sudden, like, everything would be so peaceful, then the next thing you know, bills start knocking on the door.
Right.
They'd be like, "Remember me? Yes. Your bill is a high bill over here. Your power bill is $500 and something. Hello, you need to pay it." Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so y'all trying to get me back into reality. And the reality is, because, spiritual people, we can float up in the clouds sometime. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we've had those periods in our lives where we just sat around and talked about woo-woo stuff all day and didn't pay a bill.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or made not 1 cent.
Right. Not made not $1 for the day, but we were so happy that we got to have a spiritual conversation. The spiritual food was like incredible.
Right.
But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to get practical. You got kids, you know that spiritual food ain't gonna feed all them kids around there. They want some real food. Right. And I think that the energy of the kids today, the way they are, they're so wealthy, they're so privileged, they're so, you know, they expect certain things and they really don't care about your woo-woo. You know what I mean?
They don't. So, they don't. My son, I have a 16-year-old. Like, he only care about it when he's sick.
Yeah, he like, they're like, can that make money? Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So, but that, you know, that's a part of this life. And then too, a lot of people don't really understand that you learn a lot, and when you can focus on your income and your bag, like that's a spiritual connection as well. And so, you know, that's a good point that you made. We can't get so caught up here, coming back down here. I know.
I'm sorry. I'm putting on. I got this watch party running while we're on, and I just wanted to make sure that they were able to still see it.
Okay. That's cool. I got 1, 2 on. All right. So this conversation came about because I think a few nights ago, me and Cosita Dean, we did a live, and we were talking a lot about this sex ring stuff that's going on, you know, and one of the people that they tried to put into that situation is Oprah. And, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I remember you posted something about the situation with Oprah and about I can't pronounce the name, but some Russian developed. Yes.
Right. So essentially, a lot of information was what do you say? Kind of dug into during the trial of the hearing, the Libra hearing, and the hearing from Mark Zuckerberg. And our politicians, you know, Black politicians, asked some very, very engaging questions about data privacy and population. And it was very surface level stuff. But as an engineer and a developer and a data scientist, I know it gets much deeper than that. We are on the peak of AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, you know, unsupervised learning, neural networks, all of these different data, you know, keywords and catchphrases that Black people don't know anything about.
Right.
And they don't know the power of being able to harvest our data and actually kind of throw it back to us as an agenda. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when we're on Twitter, in particular, Twitter is used for a lot of analysis. So like as a data scientist, I may use Twitter in some of my own applications, and I'm pulling data and I'm doing sentiment analysis. I'm doing all types of analysis on the data that's coming from Twitter, because Twitter is representative of a big population of people and they're talking, you know what I mean? So everybody's just, yeah. So it's like getting the broad spectrum of conversations on a daily basis, hourly basis, even by the second. That's very valuable data, you know? So as a matter of fact, if you want to pull Twitter data, it's not free. I mean, you can get a little bit of it, but if you really want to get large amounts, you're going to pay some money, right? So anyway, you build in an application, and let's say you're doing sentiment analysis, right? And sentiment analysis may just on the surface be something like negative, positive, or neutral. You know what I mean? Right. So you're pulling back the data and you're kind of gauging these scores on the data that's there. But what if I want to target somebody, right? So I look at Twitter, I'll look at the Twitter data, and I'll look at the overall sentiment of this person, right? And you can kind of build graphs to see, well, you know, right now they're trending and, you know, they got a lot of positive, you know, things and blah, blah, blah. And you can build graphs about that. But what if you catch a particular thing like being talked about per se? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So now all you have to do is to grind and take and turn that into some viral content. You know what I mean? For, whatever. And the thing about it is twofold. It's not just the data part, but the way we are as people of color, we're very the way we transmit information is word of mouth. You know what I mean? And we have very, very, very powerful viral power. And they know this. You know what I mean? So because we don't have anybody advocating for us on the data side, or even analyzing our data, or even taking and using our data in positive ways, we're subjected to people taking our data and using it in negative ways to influence our decisions. For instance, it may be something that we typically don't find that big of a deal. It may be very minor, right? But algorithms, and you put something out enough, that minor thing now becomes a major thing and can influence the sentiment of a large population of people. So we, in essence, become victims of whatever agenda someone outside wants to push. Now, back to the subject of the statement that was posted. It was posted by a group called QAnon, right? And this particular group happens to be a right-wing political group, So they're definitely not for us, basically, So what they do is they tend to have these conspiracy theories that they rehash every so often, and they post them out. And sometimes it's the same conspiracy theory. You'll find certain theories that were rehashed from 10, 12 years ago. You know what I mean? So they can take advantage of these methods, which are the same methods that the Russians, all of these things that got Trump elected in the first place. So it's very easy to do this on somebody who's not paying attention and who's not looking and who has no advocacy. Very easy. They could even turn around and say that they're not doing it no more and still be doing it. It's so easy to do.
So that just made me think about the Popeyes chicken sandwich. How that just went crazy.
Exactly. The Popeyes chicken sandwich. And I had been noticing as of recently, and not only am I a cardiologist, but I'm also a psychic. So a lot of times when information comes to me, it sets off different energy centers for me, right? And for the last couple of weeks, I've been getting all of these repeated chain message setting off something inside of me. And I'm like, wait, hold up a minute. You know what I mean? This, where is this coming from? And it's almost robotic. Like I even knew people who were close to me passing on these chain messages as though they were first person messages, and they were not first person messages. These were internet rumors that were put out there. Now, another thing that is so powerful about internet rumors is you can make a rumor become the reality. You can create that reality if you get enough juice behind it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So let's say like this. There was one rumor that was going around at the Pentagon. Somebody had a friend or a relative that worked at the Pentagon that said that we were all going to go down. We were all going to go on lockdown, 24/7 lockdown, right?
Right. I've got a message.
Maybe the Pentagon wasn't even thinking about doing that. You have to consider that. They're running data analysis. Maybe you planted a seed that gave them the impression that you were already prepared for this, so let's give it to you.
Right.
We're not going to get no problems for you because you're already prepared. You're already talking about it. And you're saying, hey, you better watch out. You better prepare. They're going to do this. And me working on the government side, and I'm a data analysis. I'm doing data wrangling, whatever. whatever. And I'm like, well, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm passing this information on, this top secret information on to someone. And they decide to create their plan based off of that. People don't understand. The government is not that smart. People that work in the government, they're about as smart as you are. The people on the streets, the hackers on the streets, the computer geeks on the street, they're way more smarter than the people in the government. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know what I mean? People in the government, they're just like regular people like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not have a plan, or this person may not have a plan, but you may have planted the seed in their mind that actually gave them the plan that they're not going to implement.
So applying that to what's going on now, because I had a conversation with somebody earlier. I've noticed it seems like the people are wanting martial law, like, or asking for martial law.
Right. That's the seed that they're putting out.
Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of like we get the message that their government's about to put us on lockdown, martial law is about to come. And then when I watch the lives and the president is there talking about what they're doing with the coronavirus, you see a bunch of people saying, oh, just lock everybody down, put us on martial law. And it's kind of like you're saying that that's not even the government's plan to do that. But since we're kind of like open to the idea of it, they're like, okay, well, let's do it then.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Like we're willing sheep, you know what I mean, to certain things. You got to realize that we got to realize our own power. That's the key. And not even just on an earthly plane, but on a spiritual plane, on all these different things. We got to realize how powerful we are. Once we begin to realize how powerful we up our power and giving it over, and then crying about being a victim because we gave over our power.
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot of that. Okay. Somebody's going to come turn it on. Go sit down and wait. On my 2-year-old, his TV came off. So he comes say, my TV came off.
And it's on so many things. But it's like, because me, you know, I want to get involved. I want to help on the data side, but I'm fighting a losing battle if I'm trying to, you know, create some things on the data side. But you know what I mean? Putting out all types of negativity and this and that. That doesn't help, you know? So that was my idea. I was like, you know what? I built a social network before. It was my dream to build a social network. I actually built a social network when Zuckerberg built Facebook, same time.
Okay.
And I put mine out. It was called New World Order at the time. and I actually amassed about nearly 50,000 users at one point. And some of my users were very influential people. Like I met a lot of huge people coming through my site.
Okay.
And I shut it down. I just abruptly shut it down. I didn't know how powerful it was if I kept going. Because think about it, when Facebook came out, when it first came out, it was a piece of shit. It was like a little college social network with a lot of bugs. It was very buggy, ugly, and everything. So
MySpace was more better.
Right. So New World Order was actually pretty. It was nice. It was, you know, if I would have kept up with it, and what pushed me out here again is I had a really close friend recently. He was like, you know what, if you would have kept up with New World Order, can you imagine where it'd be right now, the type of person you are? And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. You know what I mean? And ironically, I share some of the same cards with Mark Zuckerberg, like in terms of karma. So I'm walking in a similar path. And you notice I created a crypto and now a social network. He created a social network and now a crypto. You know what I mean? So that's because we have similar karmas. But when you know your karmic path and you know your karmic potential, you're like, okay, this could work. You know what I mean? This could potentially whatever, but there's no reason for us to be subjected to data manipulation of that sort if we have our own social network. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially now I've noticed Facebook has become more controlling off of like controlling the information. So it's kind of like they're feeding us misinformation to make us feel a certain kind of way. But then when we try to share information that can like change the direction of other people, they'll take that down because they want us to feel the
I honestly think that where we're moving to right now, I think all of this is a spiritual thing. So when more and more problems evolve for us on Facebook, that's just, the ancestors saying you need to get your own stuff. And you need to go. You know what I mean? This is being exposed. So they're exposing it. Now you got a decision on what you're going to do. What's going to be your next move?
And so that was one of the reasons why you created the Nu network. Yeah, I'm going to add her website. And you said it's live today, correct?
Yeah, it's live for beta. So, there are some little buggies here and there and blah, blah, blah. But it's my belief in as a technologist and as a geek that part of the enough in terms of people of color is because we tend to be too hypercritical and hard on ourselves. Because when around geeks like white geeks and stuff like that, they don't care about all of that. They just throw it out there, you know what I mean? And watch it grow. But technology is not one of those things that you can be hypercritical because there's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be problems.
Right.
I fully believe that technology is connected to our emotions and our energy. So as we are erratic, technology gets more erratic. As we bug out, technology bugs out. And I've seen it.
That's on okay. Yeah. That would make sense. Wow, that's some major stuff. So make sure you guys go check out www.Nu.network. Well, www.Nu.network.
Yeah, you can just put Nu.network. We don't really use the www. I put it in there sometimes, but you put in Nu.network and it'll take you there and you can go ahead and register. One of the things that I need to do actually tonight is, and I want to also acknowledge the founding members that helped me. I did like a little fundraiser where I got 100 founding members together, and these are the 100 founding members that are going to be listed on the site to help me raise the funds to pay my development team. That's just stage one. You got to get, as a Black woman, you don't get funded, number one. And no one's going to fund me if I go up to them and say I'm creating a social network. All they're going to say is we have social networks. That's how they do you. You know what I mean? But so you got to get creative to kind of get your ideas and stuff. Not a geek all where I'm just going to develop a whole social network by myself. Just so but I want to definitely want to thank the founding members and the people who support me, even my family. Everybody supports me on this. When I told them about Nu and what I wanted to do, they was like, go that. A lot of people did. And I'm very, very, very grateful for that, because that's the key. That's step one. There's so many great things that I want to do with it, like launch the 360 VR platform in by the fall. And that's Nu part 2. That's Nu the next level. But you have to take baby steps. You know what I mean? Like, especially when the expense of putting together certain technology. You just got to get it out there, get the numbers. That's what it's about. You get the people involved, you get the numbers, then you can build from there.
Right. Exactly. And, I can't stress how important it is that we do have our own social media sites, because I know a lot of people, they want to do meetups and talk about certain kind of things. And really on the social media sites that we're all on, we really can't talk or discuss or plan or strategize anything for our people if we wanted to, because it's being watched and monitored by,
See, this is the deal with Facebook. Zuckerberg said in the hearing, he was asked about targeting Black people specifically, and he said that the algorithms they don't deal with race, right? Now, when you, and some parts of the way that the algorithms are done, I can understand why it would target us. But this is the thing. We're a group of people that are already, I guess you could say, underserved or behind and this, that, and the third. We're trying to gain traction because we have been put back because of our color and our race. We have to use our race to push us forward. So if you're using your race to push you forward, you're doing actually the same thing that the quote unquote racists are doing, but yours is necessary because it was because of your race you was pushed back in the first place. You understand? So the algorithms, because you're bringing up race, right? Or you're black, or you're using black terms, or this, that, and the third. So it's going to view you as racist. The algorithm doesn't look at it and say, well, these are people who, they're not doing this to oppress other people. They're doing it because they've been oppressed and now they have to get themselves out of this position. The algorithm doesn't say that, because the people who make these algorithms don't even think that way. You understand? So the algorithms are only going to be the way that people think. That's why we need more people like myself, like data scientists and developers and engineers of color and technology, because we got to be the ones to make these algorithms for the future, because this is the basis for AI. The next thing that Facebook is doing is launching their AI platform, and they're launching Horizons, and all of that is built off the same algorithms that Facebook is. So then Horizons, who knows what a Horizons is going to turn into being, and how interconnected that's going to be to our daily lives. So again, they're going full speed ahead. If Zuckerberg was honorable, he would have specifically have a whole division devoted to the diversity and inclusion and all of that in that way, in the algorithmic way, and developing and stuff like that. However, not. And it was already brought out that that's not that is being done. They already brought that out in the trial, that this is not being done. You say y'all have the stuff. Who is leading it? How engaged are they in the communities that they represent? Stuff like that.
Yeah, this goes deep. That's why I was saying in my videos before, it's so important that we know who our techie people are, because everybody wants to say, oh, let's lead the system. I'm going to be honest. If I lead the system for another system, I want to at least have the basis of what this system is giving me here. Like, we need to build our own. I want to be able to have access to the internet so I can continue to do my business and things of that nature. So we have to create and build our own. That's why it's so important, one, that we know who these people are in our communities, and two, support what they're doing, because that's going to help us. Because if you ain't, like, that's how deep I think of this thing. People, it sounds good to have our own, but who's going to put it together? Who's going to get this stuff together? I'm grateful.
I think part of our reason too is that we never really knew the reason why we need to have our own. And when you can give a legitimate reason like I gave, then people with money even listen. They're like, okay, I can see your point.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can see exactly why there's a need to have, a safe space.
Yeah, and that's super important, especially now in this time right now, because I do feel that something is happening on a cosmic level right now. All right. And I feel that it's important that, let's say, Black people, our energy has to be on a certain vibration. And all the things that are coming at us right now is just trying to put us on this vibe of fear. And it's kind of like all of this stuff is being manipulated to make us feel a certain kind of way. And then also to watch to see how we react to certain things, so they'll know how it's just a big, vicious, ugly cycle. And so, this is great information. I'm glad we're having this conversation, because one, we need to have our own, but then two, how serious it is that we are being manipulated. through these platforms in ways like the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I like to use that. We were manipulated into eating that and selling that out. Like every Popeyes across the country was packed, and everybody trying to sell. And I'm sitting there like, dang, how did the Popeyes chicken sandwich become so?
That was done because of data. You know what I mean? So imagine, you know, us having the power over our own data, and that's when we can make a really truly make an impact on our community businesses. We can do like, well, why can't we do that? You need data to do that. You know what I mean? That wasn't done just magically. That was done by the power of programming algorithms and data. That's how that was done. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about influencing a lot of people and consistently in subtle ways. You know, a lot of times you're just feeding back, you know, the information that they're putting out there, you know, and repackaging it for the solution via data. There's so many different things you can do. It's so powerful.
So make sure y'all go check out the Nu.network. Let's support. I'm going to go register after we get off this live because, you know, eventually one day Facebook going to kick me off and I'm going to need somewhere to talk about shit. So
Exactly. I mean, you know, we're going to put up a link for beta for bugs. So if you see any bugs and suggestions, we'll put up a link for people to be able to share that stuff. So just, you know, bear with us. We, like I said, we this is a start and we can grow from here.
Right.
But the biggest thing is that you got the brain power behind it to make it grow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's what really matters. And I think that's something that Zuckerberg proved. You know, it's behind the scenes that grows it, not what it looks like in the front of the scenes and not a thing. It's what's behind the scenes. It's what's under the hood. And we have the capability of growing it to a level of Facebook because we have that type of, you know, we have that type of talent within our team and outside of our team, you know, anybody who would come along. So, you know, that's the key to it. You know, I've heard about other social networks and, you know, and granted, I just wanted ours to be autonomous. I don't want us running on anybody else's platform. And I wanted to make sure that I had a direction. You know what I mean? Where are we going with this? Not just, you know, let's have a definitive place to go and to grow. So, you know, that's
That's super powerful. So make sure y'all talk about that. So this was a 2-part conversation because I also wanted to talk about the things you do with the guap coin and relating that to the currency situation that the world is in right now. Because people have been asking about that and worrying. Like, should I buy stocks? Should I empty out my bank account? Like, I asked myself, I'm like, dang, should I empty out my bank account? Just keep cash on me right now? Like, what?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Cash is so worthless right now. Seriously, it really, really is. Because think about it. If you can't go anywhere, what are you gonna do with that cash? You know what I mean? Like, you can't take that cash and make an order on Instacart. You know, you're gonna have to have, you know, some type of digital money. My kids gave me some cash today, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? The reason you gave it to me because you can't do anything with it. You know what I mean? So they were happy to give me the cash, you know? So that I'm seeing certain spiritual things happen and already occur with money. You know, when you work with money, like I said, you get to see the spiritual properties behind it, and you get to see what exactly is going on right now. You know what I mean? This dollar is devaluing right now as we speak in your hands, you know? And if you don't divorce your psyche from the almighty dollar, then you're going to be behind. You know what I mean? If you don't divorce yourself from this as being an instrument of value and worth, then what do you have left? You haven't built up anything for yourself. You haven't built up any worth. So now you're going to be, you're going to be depressed. You're going to be like these people want to, give up and give in because what you thought was valuable got ripped from up under you. So again, and that's what cryptocurrency is about. I've been in crypto for a while and travel the world, and I see how people are adopting it. I see the potential, and I see how it's beginning to spread like wildfire. And we are in America, we're very sequestered when it comes to the rest of the world, and especially when it comes to money.
Right.
We're sequestered in many ways. If you're not on the level of a certain level when it comes to money, then you're already sequestered. Then you're sequestered internationally, and you don't even know what the trends are in money. So you just go to sleep and then you wake up one day and money is useless. And everybody else is already on this new system, whipping their money around, their new digital. So my thing is, and why I created Guap was for many reasons. One of the reasons is because I didn't want us to get left behind and left out there in the cold with worthless dollars. Another reason is I know how powerful we are. And I know as a collective force, a collective financial force, if we put our financial force behind something, oh my God. You know what I mean? And I knew that this is the time. And because, again, as cardiology, we look at signs. A lot of people don't understand why we had a Black president. They're like, well, he didn't do anything for us. He did do something. He set a milestone. Milestones are very important because when you set a milestone, when you raise the bar to an achievable level, that other people can get to that level. That's what we do. You know what I mean? So me as a woman of color, and I decide that I'm going to create a currency and money, I've now brought the bar back to us. You know what I mean? And I'm just setting a milestone. So milestones are important. They're important for your psyche. They're important for your spirituality. And they're important for the kids because now they have an obtainable vision. And they have somebody that is representative of that vision that looks like them. So that's why you get people. That's all Obama had to do. He was not going to change the world when he got in president. We already see who runs what and how they run it. You know what I mean? So he was not going to do that. But what he was going to do was put a psychological stamp because he's a 9 of diamonds. And the 9 of diamonds is the card that represents people of color. So when he came into power, I knew that this shift was taking place. This pole shift is taking place. This karmic reckoning, reparation, all of that was about to.
Yeah. So I know we did a reading with the ancestors, and what was told for us is to start getting gold. How does gold play into this new global currency? Is that something important, or do we need to have gold?
As a true Aquarian, and I'm not an Aquarius, but as a true Aquarian, as a true geek, I'm honestly not a fan of gold. I don't teach that. Gold throughout the centuries has been identified with slavery and oppression. Even way back to the beginning of time, if you hear the ancient stories that involve gold, where that humanity was enslaved to mine the gold for the gods. So my particular deities have instructed me to do this cryptocurrency. My particular deities are not associated with gold in that manner. And to add to that, we don't own any of the gold on this planet. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to own it, that we will literally have to fight a war. And it's pointless to me fighting a war when we don't need it. Gold is symbolic of an external value of wealth, but I see cryptocurrency as symbolic of an internal value of wealth.
Okay. That balances out some information. So, a lot of people now with the stock market crashing, everybody, should I buy stock? Should I buy Bitcoins? What would you be doing right now?
Well, first of all, I always tell people, stop, get centered, You know what I mean? Get in alignment with your destiny. Listen to your heart and your spirit. You know what I mean? Before you do anything. Because if you just go running out and getting stock, running out and getting Bitcoin, even running out and getting Guap coin, you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you're going to fail. You're going to fail before you succeed. Because you're being motivated by greed or motivated by ignorance or motivated by a lot of different things that is not going to bring you wealth.
Right.
So that's the first thing. So the first thing I tell you, what is valuable to you? This is your opportunity to build a new value system, to build value for yourself. Because that's where we're deficient in as people of color right now. We have damaged value systems. We have damaged value. And that's why it's been very difficult for us to build something in a unified way, because only people with good value systems and value can build together. You know what I mean? When their values are straight, they get together and they build something. It doesn't even matter what their religion is, what their spirituality is. When values talks, it does.
Okay.
Those you have sound values, they'll deal with you. They'll work with you. You know what I mean? They'll invest in you, you know? So again, you know, you got to find out what that is. You got to get your worthiness up. You got to feel worthiness, because if this thing, like I'm saying, is karmic rewards and reparations, only the people you say, well, who does that get distributed to? It gets distributed to the people who feel that worthiness, who have that worthiness, and it comes through them. So you have to, when most people come to me for readings, especially women, one of the issues I usually tackle with them is worthiness. Like, you know, how are you, you know, how is your worthiness? Well, how are you feeling about yourself and what you deserve? You know what I mean? Because you're not going to get it if you don't feel like you deserve it, because you're going to constantly procrastination and hopelessness and, you know, giving up, and you're going to be caught up in so much in that you're not going to obtain what you deserve. So the main thing is worthiness. And it's so on that level, we have to, I've noticed that the people who come to me, the majority of people who come to me and for Guap coin are people, they don't come for the reason of, oh, you know, they get rich quick or whatever the case may be. You definitely sense that they're working on their worthiness. Like, you know, like, I'm open to receiving right now. I know this is the time and something is going to flow to me through something. You know what I mean? So you see a lot of different things. You see a lot of people on a more spiritual level, because I deal with almost everybody who comes into Guap coin personally. You know what I mean? And I do that on purpose, you know, because I want to not only get, you know, meet you, but I want to pass on my worthiness to you. I want to pass on my sense of values to you, you know, but that way, you know what I'm about and you know what I'm trying to do, because I'm able to pass on my sense of value to you.
And that's powerful for people, because like I said, any type of currency, that's a spiritual reflection of you, and that deals with your worthiness. So I get it when you say, really, it's about how worthy do you feel. Because it's like, once you build that level of worthiness within yourself, the currency, whatever currency is there, is gonna match it.
Right. Because I'm dead serious about this. This is something that I worked a number of hours on. This is something that I've cried over. You know what I mean? Right. This is something that when stuff wasn't working and something got broke, you know, some code got messed up, you know, I literally may spend a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks fixing one little piece of code, you know, and getting super frustrated about it. And I know that it's the spirits that put that there for me to do. You know what I mean? To connect me with it like that. So it's really, really, really deep. I've had some long sleepless nights. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, you know, people don't understand. I mean, there's stuff that went wrong, and where people would just give up, just throw your hands in the air. But I had to think of how we're going to overcome this obstacle. How are we going to get to the other side. You know, I know you didn't bring me here this far for things to just poof, you know, I got to keep going.
Right. That's how I was feeling with all this stuff happening. So we got a question from the Quatita. What's up, Quatita Z? Don't forget, y'all, we gonna be live tomorrow. We about to talk about some stuff. I can't wait. But she left a comment saying, what is cryptocurrency and isn't it digital?
Yes. Cryptocurrency is virtual currency. Okay. Now, what it is exactly depends on what cryptocurrency it is, because there are multiple cryptocurrencies. Okay. So if you're going to use Bitcoin, for example, Bitcoin is a virtual currency that is considered to be decentralized. So what that means is there's no owner of Bitcoin, there's no CEO, there's no bank behind Bitcoin, there's no government behind Bitcoin, we hope. There is no entity, no single entity. Bitcoin is just simply a network of nodes, and these are nodes all over the world. These are ledgers of transactions, public ledgers, meaning you can see every transaction that ever occurred on the blockchain. And all of these nodes are replicating the same information. So Bitcoin kind of works like a cellular network in your body. It works like the cells, something that's replicating information. So if you take out one cell from your body, you still have other cells that contain the same information and your body can still function. And that's how Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, you can remove a node, it's still going to function because it has other nodes that have replicated information. Guapcoin functions in the same way.
Okay. So say I'm going to try to bring things that are happening now into this kind of scenario. People excited about these Trump checks, right?
Ooh,
but I think they're going to try to make y'all take a vaccination for it. I don't know. But everybody excited about these Trump checks.
I'll tell you what they did make you do. They made some of these people go ahead and file their last minute taxes, because that's how I heard it's going to get distributed. So I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people who owe money who was like, well, you know what? I need to go ahead and file my taxes so they can find me and send me my check.
Right.
You know what I mean? So quite clever way of getting people to pay their taxes, you know, because they figure, well, hey, you know, everything, the shit has hit the fan. So I'm not going to have to pay my taxes. So I might as well just file so I can get a check. You know what I mean? So, you know, as far as a vaccination, we don't have enough spiritual people in present, because spiritual law, number one, they cannot force you to take something that you against your will. You cannot.
Right.
That's everything that has happened.
They do.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Most things that have happened on a certain level, we somehow ask for, whether subconsciously or consciously, we ask for it. And even by not showing up and responding is asking for it. You know what I mean? So for instance, you don't vote, you're asking for Trump, right? Because you ain't vote. So again, most of the things that happen, we ask for it. So no, they're not going to line you up and make you stick a vaccination in you. And they're not going to be like, in order to get this check, you got to get a vaccination. That doesn't even make sense. I worked for the government for years. I'm going to tell you, that don't make sense.
These movies got us thinking they try to take over our souls.
Yeah. And that's why 1% can control 99%. You know what I mean? Because all they got to do is make us think something, and the magic is there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, now if I do some AI on social media and it's talking about, oh, we got to do this in order to get this, you're giving people ideas. You know what I mean? Like you're literally giving people ideas.
That's so deep. Y'all just don't understand how my mind just exploded right now. That's crazy. Because that's what happens. It's kind of like you just drop a little.
Yeah. Because some administrator somewhere is sitting in a government office clueless as to what the next move is. And here they're getting this information straight from the mouths of the babes. Why not? You know, get vaccinated when you give them some money. Bingo. Oh, I got an idea. Okay, great. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's go with that.
Wow. That's crazy. So we get these Trump checks and we say we put it in the bank and leave it like in our bank account. Is that cryptocurrency or is that just digital money? What's the difference between that?
Well, the difference between cryptocurrency and that banking is centralized. And it isn't really real because number one, if you decided that you wanted to spend a certain amount, you got to go through a whole wall of crap to spend that amount. First of all. And number two, if you decide you want to pull it out, you ain't going to pull it out neither because they ain't got it. You know what I mean? So again, there's a huge difference. Cryptocurrency, you have what you have. If you got 10 Bitcoin in your wallet, you got 10 Bitcoin in your wallet, and you can send it to whoever you want to do, and you can spend it any kind of way.
And know that the price of a Bitcoin is like not the same as $1 American dollar. Because I think
no, right. You can get denominations of Bitcoin. So you know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily buy a Bitcoin.
Okay.
You know, but you can buy denominations. Bitcoin is kind of making itself out to be a luxury coin. It's not really fit for everyday transaction like Guap coin. Guap coin is made so that we can have something to really, truly spend in the stores with each other. You know what I mean? Use as a currency. Bitcoin is a luxury more item that you're going to hold. It's called digital gold. That's what they call Bitcoin now. Yeah. Digital gold.
Okay. So we got another question. It says, in the state we're in an economic, in the state we're in, if the economy and internet crashes, how do we access our money?
I guess the thing is, if the internet crashes, you ain't going to be able to spend your dollars neither.
So we got to go straight to bartering because I think
so you ain't going to be able to spend your dollars. But this is the thing.
Okay.
Adoption breeds innovation. Once you start using it, then people are going to come up with ways to innovate. We're moving to a sustainable economy. We're moving towards solar power, wind power, radio waves. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many different ways to transmit information. They now have cards that have built-in chips that can communicate with different things. So, and you even have NFC, which does not communicate over the internet. So there are ways. You know, but you got to bring about adoption in order to create the innovation, to come up with different ways that we could now transact with this digital money. To me personally, if the spirits have been encouraging me to do this, then I know that the internet is not going anywhere. I know that the internet is only going to grow in ways where they won't be able to control it the way that they need to.
And we gotta be careful not to even leak that on this social media site. So they sit there and do that to us now. That just makes so much sense. I can't wait till I go meditate tonight to just scramble this information in because we don't understand technology or currency or the financial piece like this. And you know, when it comes to cryptocurrency, my thing is with it, okay, how do I make the transition to move to where that's how I'm moving every day?
There's two things you need to know, and maybe this will help empower. This is to the audience. Maybe this will help empower you so that you won't feel like something needs to go away. Number one, we created binary code. Number two, we created currency. The first currency on the earth was cowrie shells. That's all definitely indicative that we created currency. The first code on earth was binary, O's and ones. This binary code you can find almost everything in Africa. You can find the binary code on the back of the Zulu shield. It's binary code. You can find the binary code in the Ifa Yoruba Odu. You can find binary code in bones, scratched in bones. So we created binary, which is the basis for all computer programming, data programming, etc.
That's just deep right there. It made technology, y'all don't understand. Wow. Okay. So I guess you were saying the easiest transition is for us to what? be educated first and then start buying coins?
The easiest, well, if you come to me, you're going to be educated. But, you know, education, crypto education is very hard to find. So again, the basis of cryptocurrency as it is you got to get into the thought that it is money. It is money. Mm-hmm. It's digital money, but so is the money. Just like the money when you use your Apple Pay or Samsung Pay or, you know, whatever you use, that cryptocurrency is money. You know what I mean? And they are creating an infrastructure in which cryptocurrency can be used on a day-to-day basis just by walking in the store. We're doing the same thing. As a matter of fact, I'm launching Guap Pay on Monday, where people will be able to order their debit cards. So we have a Harriet Tubman debit card that we will be putting out. No, we're not One United Bank. We actually came up with that idea, I believe, way before they did. But at any rate, this is the true underground railroad to financial freedom. So we are putting out a debit card with Harriet Tubman on it. And we are putting out point of sales devices that will allow merchants who have stores to be able to just take and accept tap and pay payments using Guap Pay and even other cryptocurrencies with our merchant terminals.
Y'all see what I've been trying to push for us to know, because if I believe we're in a situation where one world is ending and another one's being built.
Yes, it is. It is. And it's, you know, I wanted to rush and run, you know, when all this stuff was happening, but I had to get back to my center and like, this is going to take time. This has to permeate in our consciousness. You know, we have to really break the cycle of dependency. And, you know, we gotta get feel through a lot of things before we get to our objective. But I feel that we're in a much better place and we have much more patience to be able to do those things. I feel that we've elevated at least that much to where we have patience. Once you start getting into investing, that's a clear sign that you've elevated to the point of patience. Because when you invest, you definitely need to have patience. You don't need to be looking at it and watching the price go up and down. You need to know that this is something I'm going to hold on to for a while, while it settles and gets value. And that's the same thing with Guap Coin. You may have to get Guap Coin and hold on to it until it settles and get value. You start trading on little bits. We already have people who are trading Guap Coin, who are selling items for Guap Coin or buying things with Guap Coin. I like to include Guap Coin with my readings. So you're essentially buying my readings. You know what I mean? I like to include that with Guap Coin. So we have people who are easing it in, and we have people committed to ease it into our economy. So, you know, it's there. The desire is there. The merchants will be there. And when we're using it and holding it, any merchant is going to accept it, because pretty soon people like Amazon or whatever are going to be accepting a basket of cryptocurrencies. And you think they're going to turn down our cryptocurrency, some of the most influential spenders in the world? Oh, no. They will accept our cryptocurrency as well.
This is, y'all, the ancestors are working right now. I don't know. Like, y'all just don't understand. The people that I've been saying that I got to bring on to talk about this stuff is like making so much sense, because these are the things that me and Kasita have been talking about. Like, this is what they're telling us that we need to be open to. And, you know, there are people out here that are doing the work. So I know I'm gonna ask one more question and we're gonna start wrapping up. How do you buy Guap coins? Like, how do you even get into that? Because I know there's somebody thinking like, so how do I get cryptocurrency?
Typically, you get cryptocurrency, like Cash App has made it very easy to get cryptocurrency in terms of Bitcoin, because you just go in and get Bitcoin. Of course, we still have obstacles in terms of getting Guap coin. So you need to get it from, you know, contact one of the members or follow me and this, that, and the third. In terms of exchange, we are launching an exchange. Okay. And again, that's another thing that I'm kind of taking my time with, because still more education needs to be put out there. Because what tends to happen is when people get to exchange, they tend to dump one currency for another currency just to make money. You know what I mean? And an early currency can really suffer because of that. So we're trying to get fully distributed. We're trying to get everybody to get their hands in guap coin before we make those types of moves. And building the community is instrumental in that too. So, building new and stuff like that, just getting people organized in a way to whereas, hey, we know where to get guap coin. We know where to go. This is truly an underground railroad right now. You know what I mean? And if you look outside, you should see that it needs to be an underground railroad with what's going on. But it's possible, the ancestors and the spirits really, really make it possible for us to function in that way.
I'm so glad I know you, because now I feel better in knowing that we've got somebody on our side that understands this stuff that I know I don't. Like, I can guide people spiritually and talk about a lot of stuff, but when it comes to, cryptocurrency, social media, data, binary codes, all that kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, that's not my cup of tea. But this has been such an amazing conversation, and I hope it has like opened the doors to people
now
to start learning. And
we need more data scientists, you guys. For real, we need more. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. I've cried over my capstones. It's not easy. It's not easy work at all. But it's very, very worth it, and it's very, very necessary, because essentially, we'll be able to do the research that we need, present research, present the numbers, analyze stuff, create our own AI that works for our benefit. You know what I mean? Because one day we may have to have AI to combat their AI if their AI is doing us like this. You know what I mean? So again,
prepare. Oh my God.
We need data scientists. We need you in data. Don't be afraid. I know sometimes you see the math and they stop you at the door with, oh my God, there's gonna be a lot of math and statistics and stuff like that. And that's what I thought. But I'm using more algorithms than anything. I mean, I do some linear algebra and stuff like that, but mainly doing algorithms. And most of that stuff's already been done for us. So yeah, we need more data scientists. We need more people working with data, because we need to be able to get our own data and get our data up to par. You know what I mean? So that we can contribute what we need to contribute to this whole AI thing, because it's going to happen. It's already happening.
Right. I'm watching with Shaka and Moose. He did with Tasha K, and he was like, we're about to enter into the time of our robotics. Artificial intelligence is about to happen. And what you just said makes so much sense. We can't have our own. We don't have to be dependent on someone else's. We can build our own artificial intelligence. We have done it before, because I don't think any of this technology.
That's the key. That's why we need to know. We've done it before.
Yeah, I don't think any of this technology is new. I do believe that back in ancient Egyptian times, they had this type of technology, had access to this stuff. And, when Europeans came and colonized the world, they kind of like erased our memory of everything and made us think like we were just playing in rocks and dirt and not doing anything. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah, well, as much stuff I know going up in this brain, I know that ain't the case. And in my children's, I got a couple of little geniuses, lots of little geniuses running around doing stuff too. And I see little Black geniuses every day. And I see Black genius women and men every day. And they don't know how much of a genius they are just because of values. It's the only thing that is separating them from the knowledge that they are a genius, and especially a creative genius. It's just values. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this has been a great conversation. Parents, you got these kids coming up, these gamers,
support them in the gaming. Yes. I support my son. That's the only way they're going to learn how to program and even have the desire for it, if they're in it and they're playing it. Support them.
Yeah, because we're going to need that, because we're not going to go back to how things were. At this point in time, technology, artificial intelligence, it has become a way of life for us. And, that just makes so much sense. That makes me feel so good just to know that we can have our own. We just got to put the people in play that can build it. And to know we got people like you, and I know so many other, because we also have Blackly, that's a social media network, and they do code or whatever. But it's so many people like us that are having these things that we just got to know about, and we got to be able to support and not be afraid to support, because eventually Facebook be snitching on us. They be preying on us. Even though we like it now, we got to get ourselves in position. So I know when we did our last conversation, me and Katita, the ancestors said that by 2025, I also heard of 2030, that's when we need to be having our stuff together. So this situation is kind of like the wake-up call, like, all right, what y'all about to do? Let's start building, supporting. So make sure, everybody, you check out the Nu.network. We got to start somewhere, y'all. We got to start somewhere.
Thank you.
Yep, this is a way to support. Make sure y'all register. Make sure y'all check in, know that they're building it up. If you want to learn more information about everything that this sister got going on, I follow her on Facebook and Twitter. I love her readings and all this other kind of stuff. Sure. Y'all just follow, support. We got a lot of stuff, man. I sometimes when I will go down her page and just read, catch up on the world with her readings. But we had somebody left a comment. They said they tried to create an account. Do you guys have customer support contact? They said it kept spinning.
Follow me. We'll figure it out.
Follow her. Okay, yeah, just check it out. The support, and like she said, it's gonna be some bugs. They're just starting it. I remember when Facebook started.
So did I. I was like, this is the buggiest mess. I was like, this ain't gonna go nowhere. This is awful.
Out of nowhere, it went everywhere. Because at first, Facebook, you could only be on Facebook if you were a college student. That was it. And then just out of nowhere, everybody
could customize it. It was ugly. You know how Black folks like to customize everything. That's actually why I knew why I've given options, that you can choose a few options, and I'm going to add more options that are built in. But we want to be able to customize stuff, and that was a big thing with Facebook. It was like, man, we can't change this ugly mess. Okay,
right? You can't add your color. We like to ourselves.
Yes, we do.
That's awesome. All right, y'all. So make sure y'all follow the Queen Aquarius Maximus. Make sure you learn more about cryptocurrency. Check out the Guap coin. Check out the Nu.network. And let's continue to build our minds and really start adapting and knowing that we can create so many great things without nobody but us. We can have our own and be protected. And like I said before, everybody talking about we need to do this, we need to strategize. We ain't doing I'm not doing no strategy meeting with y'all.
No. I like to call them evolutionaries. See, my problem was when I worked for corporate, I hated meetings. I wanted to get straight down and dirty to things. And when I was like, when I left corporate, that's how I was going to do it. That's the way I want to do it. I'm tired of talking about stuff. Let's just do it.
Right.
Let's break stuff. That's what coders like to say. We like, when you work for the government, let's break shit. Come on. So let's do it. Let's break it. Let's, make it, whatever. That's my philosophy.
Wow. Yeah, I'm loving this. So I thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining onto this conversation. I'm about to register when we get off this call, and keep doing the work that you do. My platform is always welcome to you and what you're doing, because I'm telling you, you be doing some stuff. Like, I don't know so many people that have none of the things that you do. So it's just really great. I'm glad I'm just glad we had this conversation. So let everybody know where they can find you one more time before we wrap it up.
Everywhere under Aquarius Maximus: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I got to get some more love to Twitter. I still haven't. Twitter's a two of diamonds, so I still haven't grasped that fully. But you can get me everywhere. But Instagram lately has been the spot. And I'm still on Facebook because I get to write longer paragraphs. So I'm on Facebook. So you can catch me anywhere there.
All right, y'all.
Maximus.com, my website.
Yep. Make sure y'all get y'all readers too. She's a powerful reader as well.
Thank you.
Pretty good. All right. So we are going to exit her out. Thank you so much for being a part of this live. And for everybody still watching, thank you for tuning in. Please share this video, y'all. We got to get our people on this message. Y'all know how y'all be trending stuff and sending messages and videos and stuff. Take this video and share it to your friends' inbox. Tell them to watch this stuff, because this information that we got here tonight, you're not gonna get this in too many places. And these are things that we need to know. A lot of us are worried about the state of the world and what we're gonna do. And I'm telling y'all, we could find our own techies and our own coders and our own data scientists to create some of the things that we love and want to use now. So we can have a new way of doing things and have it our own. We just got to know who we need to go to. And of course, having Aquarius Maximus on this live, let us know that it is really possible. So please rewatch this video. We talked about a lot of amazing things. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, meet us on YouTube. I'm going to be promoting it on my page, but meet us on YouTube. Me and Quatita Dean, we going to be back. We got some stuff to talk about. Y'all know we go deep. Oh my gosh. So we got I'm just so excited about tomorrow night. So make sure y'all get ready for that, because we quarantined right now. We ain't got nothing else to do with our time but to elevate, and that's what we about to do right now. Also on Sunday, this Sunday, we are doing a global meditation for peace and protection. This is so important. We need as many people to be on this meditation as possible, because the more people we have, and we collectively put our mind energy together, we can elevate and do so many amazing things. So make sure y'all tune into that. Even if you don't have that much time, we're starting at 11:11. Spend some time. Let's put it together, y'all. So please make sure y'all check that out. Follow Natural Woman Magazine. Download the Natural Woman Magazine app. It's in your Google store. It's in your Apple store. We'll be dropping a new issue very, very soon. Just be patient with us, because we've been rebranding, and then this whole pandemic that we're in kind of threw a lot of things off. But just download the app. Check out the information. We have a lot of great YouTube uploads and a lot of great information on the app right now. Also, make sure you subscribe to our website at www.asknaturalwoman.com. Share with your friends. We trying to get the word out of what's really going on, because, the time is now, y'all. The time is now. But I am Azizah Nubia. I thank y'all for tuning in this evening. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Light some lavender oil or some essential oils near your bed so you can talk to your ancestors tonight, because lavender oil helps with your dream state. That's what I've been doing lately, channeling and talking to my ancestors in my dreams. But the time is now, y'all. The time is now for us to be on our shit. All right, y'all. So until next time, peace, love, and light. I'm out of here.